Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to talk about histology of esophagus. So let's start our topic with introduction. Esophagus is a muscular tube that forms an essential part of gastrointestinal tract. Its main function is to transport food and liquid from the pharynx to the stomach. Esophagus is about 25 cm long in adults and is adapted to withstand mechanical stress due to swallowing and the passage of food bolus. Its wall is composed of four main layers that are typically of alimentary canal that include mucosa, submucosa, muscularis externa, and adventitia or serosa. First layer of the esophagus, talking from inside, is mucosa. It is the innermost layer and has three components that include epithelium, lamina propria, and muscularis mucosa. Epithelium of mucosa. Esophageal epithelium is non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It provides protection against mechanical injury from coarse food particles. In some areas, especially in individuals with high friction or in the upper part of esophagus, it may show partial keratinization. Second layer of mucosa is lamina propria. It is composed of loose connective tissue. It contains blood vessels, lymphatics, and immune cells. Esophageal cardiac glands may be present, particularly near the gastroesophageal junction, producing mucus for lubrication. Third layer of mucosa is muscularis mucosa. It is a thin layer of longitudinally arranged smooth muscle fibers. It is relatively thicker in esophagus compared to other parts of gastrointestinal tract. It facilitates local movement of mucosa and aids in gland secretion. Then there is submucosa of esophagus, that is the second layer of esophagus. It is made of dense irregular connective tissue containing blood vessels, lymphatics, and nerves. It houses esophageal gland proper, which secrete mucus to lubricate and protect the lining. It contains some mucosal nerve plexes that are also called as Meissner's nerve plexes that are part of enteric nervous system, and they regulate glandular activity and blood flow. Third layer of esophagus is muscularis externa. It is responsible for peristaltic movements that propels food towards the stomach. It consists of two muscle layers, an inner circular layer and an outer longitudinal layer. Muscle composition varies along the length of esophagus. At upper one-third region, there are skeletal muscles that aid in initiation of swallowing. At middle one-third region, there are mixture of skeletal and smooth muscles. And in lower one-third of the esophagus, there are smooth muscles that ensure continuous peristalsis. It contains the myenteric nerve plexes that are also called as back nerve plexes that are located between two layers of muscles, and this regulates peristalsis and muscle tone of esophagus. Then the outermost layer of esophagus is adventitia or serosa. It is outermost covering that depends on the region of esophagus. Adventitia is present in thoracic portion, and it consists of loose connective tissue that blends with surrounding structures. Serosa is found only in the abdominal portion below the diaphragm, where the esophagus is covered by visceral peritoneum. Specialized feature of esophagus. First is mucosal folding. Mucosa and submucosa form longitudinal folds that allow expansion when the food bolus passes. Then there is lower esophageal sphincters, that is thought not a distinct anatomical sphincter but a physiological sphincter, and it is formed by circular muscle fibers of lower esophagus. It prevents gastroesophageal reflux. Clinical significance of esophagus. First is Barrett's esophagus, that is chronic acid reflux that can cause the normal squamous epithelium to undergo metaplasia into columnar epithelium with globular cell that increase the risk of adenocarcinoma. Second significance is esophagitis, that is inflammation of esophagus that may result from infection, chemical irritation, or acid reflux. Third significance is achalasia, that is a condition caused by diffractive relaxation of lower esophageal sphincter due to loss of myenteric plexus neuron. Conclusion of this lecture video. Histological structure of esophagus reflects its primary function of transporting food from pharynx to the stomach while protecting against mechanical damage. Its stratified squamous epithelium, abundant mucus gland, and specialized muscular arrangements are key adaptations. Understanding the histology of esophagus is essential in recognizing pathological changes that underlie various esophageal diseases. And this was all about esophagus histology. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. Thank you for watching.